Hi everyone, Mrs. Seth here. So I'm just going to show you how to do Thursday's activity, which is the rounding decimals tic-tac-toe. So I grabbed my journal and I'm going to write our title, which is Rounding Decimals. Okay, so this is my page number 20. And today's date is September 10th. It's over here. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I have this right here, and all I'm doing is I'm gonna go back to the Schoology page, and I have a spinner, or spin the wheel. So what I'm going to do is spin the wheel. Right, so 2. I'm gonna go back to my tic-tac-toe page, and then it landed on 2, dice number 2 or wheel number 2, and I'm just gonna pick a random one that I want to round. Let's go ahead and do this first one. And if you want to see what that says, you just click the little magnifying glass, and it'll tell you, it'll give you an option to zoom, and you can see that it says round to the underlined digit. So we're going to round the 7 in the 10th place. So just zoom out or click fit, and it should go back to normal. And just make sure to click that arrow. Right, so we're going to round this, and I'm just going to go ahead and write that down onto my journal. So in my journal, I will write down number 1, because this is my first problem, 3 and 75 hundredths, and the underlined digit was the 7. Okay, so now I'm just going to write my rule somewhere on the side, and my rule was 4 or less. So that means 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. My underlined digit will stay the same. And if I have 5 or more, so that means 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, my underlined digit will add 1 more. Okay, so I have the 7 is underlined, so I have to round to the nearest tenths place. So that means my helper here would have to be the digit 5. Okay, so I'm going to look at my rule. Is 5 with 4 or less, or 5 or more? It's with 5 or more. It's right here. So that means I have to add 1 more to the underlined digit. So I'm going to write the about symbol. I'm going to add 1 more to the underlined digit, so that means the 7 becomes an 8. Everything to the left of it stays the same. So the 3 stays the same, the decimal stays the same, the 7 we add 1 more, so that's an 8, and the 5 that helped us disappears and becomes a 0. So 3 and 75 hundredths is about 3 and 80 hundredths, or you can even say it's about 3 and 8 tenths. It's the same thing. If I were to put a placeholder 0 or invisible 0, it's the exact same thing. They're equal to each other. Right, so now I'm going to go back to my tic-tac-toe. Now that I went ahead and solved or rounded the 7 in the 10th place, I'm going to go ahead and click on a picture or the shape. I'm going to click shape, and let's see. I'm going to pick the smiley face. Okay, I did this one already, so I'm going to put a smiley face on it. And I'm going to make it transparent. I'm going to change the border color to green. I'm going to make it thicker. Okay, and there it is. Okay, and I have proof that I did it because it's on my journal. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go back to Schoology and spin the wheel again. Right, so 5. So it wants me to round a number in column 5. Let's see. Okay, since I have the first one and I need to make a tic-tac-toe, I'll go ahead and do this one. 4 and 236 thousandths. And it wants me to round the digit in the tenths place. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to be on my second number. So number 2, I chose 4 and 236 thousandths. The 2 was underlined. Okay, and then I wrote the rules over here, so I'm going to use it. If the 2 in the tenths place is underlined, that means my helper is the digit 3 in the hundredths place. So I'm going to look for the 3 in the hundredths place in my rules. So is it with 4 or less, or is it with 5 or more? The digit 3 is in 4 or less. It's right there. So that means the underlined digit stays the same. So the 2 stays the same. Everything to the left of the underlined digit also stays the same. So the 4 stays the same. Decimal stays. The 2 stays the same because the 3 was 4 or less. Oh, oops, I'm sorry. That should be a 2. So the 2 stays the same because the 3 is in 4 or less. And if it's 4 or less, the underlined digit stays the same. And then the 3 and the 6 disappear, so they become zeros. Okay, so it's 4 and 200 thousandths, or you can say it's 4 and 2 tenths. They're exact, or they're equal to each other. Those zeros can just turn into invisible zeros, and it's the exact same thing. Okay. So now I'm gonna go back to my tic-tac-toe Google slide, and then I can just click on this smiley face, Control C, Control V, so I can copy and paste it, or I can just right click, click copy, and then click this one because I did this one, and then right click, click paste. Oh, and I'll just click and drag it, right? Because I know I did that one and my proof is in my journal. So I'm trying to, my goal is, since I already did these two, I want to finish these or get to those. So hopefully on my next spin the wheel, I'll get a 3 or a 4 or a 6. Right, but if not, if it'll give me another 2, then my goal could be having all of these down here done. Right, so don't forget to submit this one and your journal. Take a picture of your journal, submit it onto Schoology, so that way I can give you a grade for it. Have fun on this rounding decimals tic-tac-toe. See you later.